Hi, this is Andrew with Infinity Cutting Tools. Today we're taking a look at one of my personal favorite bits, and that is the finger joint bit. This bit works with material ranging in thickness from 5/8 of an inch up to 1 3/8 of an inch, and it's going to give you great glue surface when making joints in two pieces of material in a butt joint manner like this. And it's also going to give you a great alignment tool for aligning those pieces of material as well. It's also one of my personal favorite bits to make a decorative joint for making projects like ingrain cutting boards or any number of different projects like that where I'm using offcuts or smaller pieces to create a larger product and I want some sort of decorative profile. The finger joint bit is a great choice for that type of project. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how easy it is to set this bit up for a variety of different thicknesses of material. And we'll also make a joint so you can see just how easy it is to get really great results with this bit in your router table. The finger joint bit is a unique bit in that it requires you to rearrange the tapered slot cutters in the bit for different thicknesses of material. For instance, today I'm going to be making a finger joint in some 3/4 inch thick material, and I have arranged the slot cutters appropriately in the bit. We have a great set of PDF instructions on our website for setting up this bit for any thickness of material from 5/8 of an inch thick all the way up to 1 3/8 of an inch thick. So you'll be able to set your finger joint bit up and get the perfect cut every time. Let's go ahead over to the router table and we'll make some cuts in some 3/4 inch material. Setting up the finger joint bit is a pretty straightforward operation. First thing I do is I follow the instructions and arrange the slot cutters in the bit body itself for the thickness of material I will be cutting. Once I have that done, I take my piece of material and make a small center mark on the material. I want to find the exact center of my piece of material, so that's my mark right there. I have my material in my coping sled because I'm going to be using my coping sled to hold my material while I make the cut. This sets my material at the proper height and I can set my bit height. I'm going to run my material up to the router bit and I'm going to raise and lower the bit until the largest slot cutter in the bit is aligned appropriately with the top of my material. Once I've got that close, I can look at the center line of my router bit and the center line of my material and align the bottom or top edge of the appropriate slot cutter with that line. You're going to be within a 1/16 of an inch or less, probably around a 1/32 of an inch once you set the bit height in the router table, and then you just make a fine tuning adjustment and you're set up and ready to make your cut. Now all that's left is to take my ruler, bring my fence forward, and use my ruler against the bearing on the bottom of the bit to set my fence angle, and I'll be ready to make a cut. Okay, I have my fence set up. I have material set properly in my coping sled, and the last thing I want to point out is when I'm cutting my material, the first cut I will make with my piece of material face up, and the second cut I will make with my material face down. This makes sure that the faces that I want to align together will both be in the proper orientation when I put my joints together with that interlocking finger joint profile. Let's go ahead and make that cut. Okay, I've got my first piece of material cut. I'm ready to cut my second piece. It's already in the coping sled, so let's go ahead and make the second cut. Let's see how they fit. You can see the interlocking profile. Slide them together. Nice and snug, and there you go, a perfect fit. If my material was slightly off, I would make an adjustment depending on which portion is too thick. At that point, I would make the adjustment for half the distance that the two pieces are offset, and that will give me a perfectly flush joint for the two pieces of material. Whether you need a board stretcher to get every inch out of the material you bought for a project, or you simply want to take advantage of the scraps in your scrap bin, the finger joint bit is going to be the perfect solution for many different projects in your shop.